I wanted to end with two great stories. One being how the IPA came to be, the India Pale Ale, from one of the most soothing storytellers there is, Sam McMeekin, and cap it off with some motivation and a forward-looking view on space in the growing space market.
Everything's got its protagonist, right? And IPA is craft beer's protagonist. And why is it that? Well, it's probably the most adventurous yet approachable version of craft beer, I guess. I say most adventurous because, lager is and will always be like the most approachable beer, even if it's the most nuanced as well. And we'll get onto that because actually you being a lager boy means that you've got no doubt a highly refined palate because the nuance of lager is almost endless. But like IPAs are super simple to wrap your head around. It's a bigger, bolder, brasher version of a pale ale. It's steeped in history. Famous is the journey of beer going from the UK to India, and in order to survive it, got pumped up with alcohol and with hops. Before, we were shipping beers, and in the barrels they were turning bad, they were turning to vinegar, they were arriving and on Indian shores, and the poor guys and girls over there had nothing to drink because it had turned during the journey. The hops acts as a preservative, alcohol acts as a preservative, so if you pump up the hops and you pump up the alcohol, then the beer survives the journey. So goes the myth anyway, and so the IPA is born really out of that.
Space, like I mentioned earlier, is becoming very mainstream today. Historically, it's been a government or quasi-government agency-led or resource that's been used. But now we're seeing the first space IPOs that are happening. If you take a look at Virgin Orbit, which is looking to build the space tourism business, you can go up into orbit, fly around, and buy a tour ride ticket to observe space like an astronaut might. They've gone public. We are also recently seeing the announcement of another space transportation business called Momentous. They're going public early 2021. And so we're seeing the tailwind of space becoming more accessible, directly leading into new opportunities that are now mainstream.